However, less than a week later, my PSA had gone to 26, and now the consultant wanted to speed things up. I was to have a biopsy. Now, my father-in-law had had his own Carmen 11 years previously. He would become the font of all knowledge on what to expect. As I asked him, his face became quizzical as the memories worked their way through. Well, it's not a painful process, more discomfort. And well, you'd rather not be there. In fact, you'd like to be anywhere else than having someone with a staple gun up your bum. And then, as an afterthought, I quite fancied Hawaii. The relevance of this or any other location was lost on me. But as the day loomed, I had pictures of a Hawaiian beach firmly burned into my mind. However, I had a cocktail in my right hand whilst a sneering waiter loitered with a staple gun menacingly in his left. Now, this is where my love affair with backless hospital gowns began. As always, I was ridiculously chirpy, more for girlfriend than myself. I had to cope with it while she was unable to do anything. So, we sat. Her in her coordinated Joe Brown clothing, me in my brown butt exposed clothing. It was weird, watching the same attired couples sitting, waiting for their number to be called. It was similar to one of those crazy dreams where you're waiting in Argos and you realise you're naked. Eventually, after trying to read Horse and Groom magazine for the 4th time, why you'd have that in a Carmen hospital I don't know, I was called in by one of the smiliest nurses I have ever met. Yes, it was fetal position time again. I had joked prior to this visit about seeing Chevy Chase in a film called Fletch. In one scene, a doctor dons a rubber glove, and as he pushes boldly where no man has gone before, Chevy Chase involuntarily sings Moon River. I am never one to miss a silly opportunity. And as I lay on my side, the smiliest nurse's face came level with mine. "How are you doing, Mr. Snelders? So what do you do for a living?" If this was an attempt to take my mind off what was about to happen behind me, it was a very feeble attempt. "Oh, I've several little part-time Moon River." Yes, Hawaii was a better option. It was, as explained, not the worst experience, but not one you'd like to win in a raffle. So, the discomfort bit was the anaesthetic needle going in. I'll pause for a moment for you to cross and uncross your legs. Then, a minute or two later, and staple sounds as the 12 o'clock face samples were taken. "You were saying you had several part-time jobs?" Really, was this conversation continuing? Yes, I said, but enough about me. "Hey, Doc, do you have any other hobbies, like potholing?" I asked the busy surgeon behind me. He chuckled, but reminded me this was not a good time to make him laugh. 10 minutes later, I had the instruments of terror extracted, along with the samples that would determine if I ever saw Skippy again.